Hi, welcome to Pico Playtime, the video series where I play through some cool Pico 8 games to show to you lovely people. We've got two things to do today. The main thing we're going to do is play through the game Ninjoe in the Dragon's Lair, version 1.1 by Cubee, also known on Twitter as Shockdig. I've put the Twitter handle and all the links and things down below. But before we do that, we're going to also have a quick look at ToyBoxJam, which is a game jam currently ongoing, if you like. It's the 8th of January 2021, and we've got 23 days left in the game jam. So this game, Ninjoe in the Dragon's Lair, is a submission to ToyBoxJam, so I thought I'd talk a little bit about the game jam first, and then we'll go and play through the game. The game jam itself is hosted by Tom Hall. Yes, Tom Hall, that Tom Hall. You know that Tom Hall. Which Tom Hall? That Tom Hall. And it's a Pico 8 game jam. And the idea of the game jam, the kind of gimmick, if you like, is that everyone starts with the same kind of assets, the same graphics and music, and you have to make a game from that, like it's a toy box, and you can make whatever you want from it. So with ToyBoxJam, you're going to see a lot of games which look and sound very similar, but they'll all play completely differently because they're completely different games. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the carts. This will help us actually when we're talking about Ninjoe in the Dragon's Lair. So let's just go into the folder. Now this year there are two start carts. If you're not aware, in Pico 8, a Pico 8 game is saved as a cart, like a cartridge. The idea, it's a fantasy console, isn't it? So the idea is these files are like your old kind of game cartridges. Anyway, the game jam's got two start carts with different graphics and different music which you can use to make your game, and you can mix and match from both of them. The game jam ran last year as well, but I think there was only one cart that time. So this is the first one. This is the same as what was last year, or very similar if not the same. One of the games I've already reviewed, Lava Joe, that was made for this jam last year, and you see some of the graphics very familiar. So you can see you've got a whole kind of plethora of options for what you can make your game from. You've got various tiles here for kind of making platformy games. You've got rails for making like train games. You've got some kind of RPG looking characters, just some sort of general purpose sprites and things, bit of terrain, got some more walls and bricks there. You can see you've got different characters as well, again more scenery. So there's quite a lot of different kind of themes you could go for. Some kind of themes are more obvious than others, I think. This is the character which a lot of the games that I've seen so far are using, and this guy's called Ninjoe, hence the name, or Ninjoe. And you can see you've got loads of different frames and kind of possibilities for animating this character, so I can see why a lot of people want to use that. Got some pipes and things, and then some more characters at the end. That's the first start cart. New to the jam this year is start cart 2. And if you have a look at this one, the graphics here, rather than being kind of 8 pixel by 8 pixel sprites, most of these are bigger 16 by 16 size sprites. So this kind of can give the games much bigger feel, if you like. Some lovely terrain blocks. Ninjoe in the Dragon's Lair uses these terrain blocks to wonderful effect. And you can see there's some other characters here. This is kind of a knight, and there's also, oh, he's just going across both screens. We've got a dragon, really cool dragon sprite by the way, and also a skull and some other characters. So that's the that's what you start with in this game jam, and the game we're going to be playing today is making use of both graphics sprites from both of the carts, and I think it's a really good game, so let's give it a look. As usual, I've got a can of energy drink, so I'm going to crack that open. I just realised I've just been talking for ages and I haven't got my headphones on, and the music is quite loud, so better put my headphones on, haven't I? Very professional on this channel, very professional. Let's just get that plugged in. There we go. Right. I'm ready to start a game. Let's crack open some, what's this? Carabao. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Energy drink. Green apple. Only 63 calories per can. That's fantastic. That fits into my new diet. Great. And it's supposed to taste of apples. There's not a lot to say about these ones. These are just pretty standard issue energy drinks. Yep, that tastes very apple-y. So if you want caffeinated apple tango, Carabao green apple is the one for you apparently. So let's load up the game, shall we? So it's been submitted to the jam section on Splore. I've put the link down below to the itch page. The actual jam itself is hosted on itch, so there should be, yes, there is a link to the itch page for the jam as well. So after you watch this video, go and check out the jam page. There's some really cool games on there. I've submitted my own game to that as well, Super Mumtaz Brothers. Don't worry, I'm not going to be doing a review of my own game. Anyway, let's load up this one by Cubee, Ninjoe in the Dragon's Lair. Oh, there's a new version, an update. Wow, this has literally just come out. So I'm going to have to change the title of the video probably. Let me just check that. Let's see, have we got a new version of the game just as I'm doing a video? No, apparently not. Not sure. This is version 1.1. This is a game jam. The game jam is still ongoing, so yeah, there's going to be changes made to games, I suppose, as bugs are found. Hopefully we won't find any bugs now. Let's load that up again. Beautiful intro, by the way. I love that intro. The music in this game, well, the music is part of the start cards. There's a whole different range of kind of styles of music that you can use. This is one of the more kind of atmospheric ones that's been used here. Nice simple title screen. Straight away, before we even started, you'll notice there's a kind of 3D effect on the map tiles. This is a really, really effective effect. It gives the game a lot of depth. It's a really clever way of using the assets which you were given at the start of the jam. So that is one thing that I'm super impressed with straight away. This is the platform game, as you might have figured out. To start, we just have to wake up Ninja Joe. There we go. Now, it's a super simple platformer. We've got running, we've got jumping, that's it. There's no attacks. Like I say, it's just a very simple platformer. So let's move through. Oh, I love those tiles and those graphics. Look at the background as well. Look at that parallax scrolling on that torch there. Very nice. So as you can see above Ninjoe's head there is a little red enemy. That'll wake up, I think, once we pop out. The idea of the game is to find keys to unlock gates to let yourself progress through the level. So now that I've got a key, back up here, and we've unlocked it. There's an enemy. And we've got some more music. The music is all by Gruber, who seems to do the music for every Pico 8 game now. And yeah, that's some pretty bopping music there, isn't it? I like it. Good use of the kind of action style music. Yeah, so to attack enemies, you just jump on top of them like in Mario. Now, the coins. Lovely animation on the coins there. I like it a lot. There's some beautiful particle effects in this game, by the way. The coins. The object, or the idea of the coins, is they kind of work out as our lives, and I believe they may also have a use further into the game as well. Spoilers. Every 10 coins you pick up, that amounts to a life, basically. If you die in the game, then you lose 10 coins. So the coins kind of work like our lives. And I think that's a really clever kind of spin on having lives in a game like this. Now, in between the bigger levels, there are these kind of short, single screen, well, slightly bigger than single screen areas with different music and things. These are kind of interesting, aren't they? Little kind of joining sections. You can see we're on a bigger level here. Same music, but you can see we've alternated between small kind of, what do you call them? Not sure, sort of small mini levels. Oh, this is still fairly small level. I haven't had a look at this cart yet, look in the background. I don't really know how it's doing all of the level space. I think it must be storing some of the data. There's a string or something, doing some clever programming there. But like I say, for a platform game on Pico 8, it's quite a big game. A lot of platform games that you get on Pico 8 only use the available map space, and that can kind of limit the size of what you're able to create. That'd be especially a problem if you're using quite large sprites like this game is. As you can see, making fantastic use of those larger sprites from the second start cart. So we've got these bats. These are kind of enemies, I think. If we touch them, then I think we will, or if we kind of touch them sideways, or if they land on us, we will lose health. So I don't want to do that. But we can bounce on top of them like so. A whole jump there. It lets me kind of do a spring jump, which is nice. So there aren't many mechanics in this game. There's a few enemies. There's the bats. There's a snake enemy which I really like, which is coming up soon. But the amount of enemies and things we've got in the game is fairly limited. But I think that the level design is making good use of the different enemies. Look at that! Look at those nice screen wipes between levels. What a nice way of transitioning. So the snakes. Here is a snake, and you may notice the snake rather aggressively follows our position. So it took me a little while to figure out how these snakes work, but basically, oh, I did that wrong. You can kind of outrun them basically. I just realised I could have jumped up there, couldn't I? Oh well. So, good level design though. A little bit of puzzle solving, I suppose you'd call it. I love that background, by the way. Yeah, I'm a complete sucker for any kind of parallax scrolling in games. It always looks fantastic, especially on Pico 8. So, let's go. Let's keep going then. One of the sort of maybe criticisms that I have of this game is, compared to how difficult the bosses are, because there are a couple of bosses in this game, the platforming levels aren't all that difficult. There are a couple areas which are quite challenging, but on the whole, the platforming levels aren't actually that difficult. The real sticking point, for me at least, are the bosses. And I think we'll be very shortly coming up on the first boss. Here we are. There's these really nice little kind of story sections. Let's see if we back up, does it do it again? No. But you can see it's telling the story with these kind of open levels here. Show me you have the strength, because if you don't, you won't stand a chance. Well, I can tell you we don't stand a chance, because like I say, these bosses are quite hard. I'm probably going to make myself like a total idiot and just look out on this. Probably not. The behaviour of the boss is there's a lot of different attack patterns that it has, I think. Well, there seems to be. The movement of it's quite hard as well. Whilst I'm talking, I seem to be doing quite a good job, because I was having a lot of difficulty with this guy before. Let's see. At some point, there we go, at some point I'll start screwing up, don't worry. Oh, I don't have a clue how to attack it now. Oh, there we go. Like I say, the bosses are hard. When you die, you lose 10 coins, and so, like I say, the coins work as our kind of life total. So, you think you can escape? Very well then, show me you have the strength. Because if you don't stand a chance. Well, so far, we don't stand a chance, do we? The thing I really struggle with these bosses, you probably notice, they kind of match your position. So if you try and run at them, they can just back up, which makes it quite hard to time the attacks. I think the trick is you have to kind of attack them when they're about to charge at you. It's made even more difficult because he's got fire spinning around his head, so you try and attack him and you jump into the flames. Not good. Oh dear. It would really suck if I can't get past this first boss and show you the rest of the game. That would suck. Let's see if I can do a bit better this time. So I mean, apart from Ninjoe and a few of the enemies, most of the graphics in the game are from the second cart, the new cart. It does have a beautiful look. Whoever, I can't remember off the top of my head who did the graphics for the start cart, but they did a pretty outstanding job, I think. Oh, let's see if I can do it. I like the boss music. One of the slightly frustrating parts of the game, I find, is that oftentimes when you manage to defeat the bosses, or whenever I've managed to do it, it's kind of doing kind of cheap, cheesy things like that. Like I felt like I kind of... That wasn't a deliberate thing there, getting 3 hits in one there. For me personally, a lot of the bosses feel kind of like more luck based than anything. I don't really feel as though I'm using a strategy that works very well, and then hopefully after I've lost a few lives, I'll maybe do enough damage to beat the boss. Anyway, we are back to a normal platforming level now. The difficulty in the game is stepped up a little bit at this point. One of the nice things, platforms like this where you can drop down. To drop down, all you need to do is press down. It annoys me on games like this where you have to press down and jump. It just seems a little bit unnecessary. So here's one of the more challenging areas, which I've not managed to die on so far. This is good. Let's see if I can get... No! Oh dear. Yeah, one of the more challenging areas. Too challenging for me. Let's try that again. Another thing that makes the game quite challenging is that you don't kind of ever regain health between levels, or particularly after bosses. So if you're finishing a boss with like 1 hit left, you're not getting that health back. You're probably just going to die like I just did on the next level. So yeah, it would be nice, I think, if you did heal between levels, just to make the game a little bit easier. Maybe just make an easy mode for people like me. I don't know. Have I missed a coin? I think at this point it probably doesn't really matter if I've missed a coin, because I think because I've died, I think I've already got the bad ending. If I can ever actually get to the bad ending, that is. Because like I say, I haven't actually managed to beat this yet. I mean, these are like these neat little kind of puzzle kind of levels. They're quite cool, but compared to the boss, they're nothing. Here we go. So as you can see, a lot more spikes, a lot more enemies and things. Stepping up the difficulty a little bit now. Let's see if I can get every coin. That might help me. Tell you what, I'm usually a lot more nervous when I'm playing games like this. I'm famously bad at Mario games, so yeah. Jumping on top of enemies to attack them, it just makes me feel nervous, and yeah, you can't attack the snake, so don't try doing that. Let's oh, that was lucky. Okay, nice level. Like I said, the level design in this is really cool. It's always difficult with Pico 8 games when you're so limited on space, particularly level space for platform games. It would be fantastic to see many more levels on this. Right, here is where I'm going to die a lot. Maybe I'll luck out, who knows. But yeah, this is the end boss now. So you're the one who fell down here. I was wondering when you'd arrive. I cannot let you leave, not unless you can free me. But you cannot, at least as you are currently, perhaps in another time. So yeah, I think because we've died, I think we've already we've already got the bad ending. Probably not going to get to the ending, like. So yeah, let's see if we can beat the dragon. Signs point to no. You've made your decision. Very well then. So like I said, there is kind of multiple endings implemented, but there is that kind of multiple endings implemented, but I've not seen any of them yet because I can't beat the game. So, yeah, the dragon has kind of similar movement to the skull, but does this charge attack, which I'm doing a really bad job of dodging. Oh, then he does the flame attack. I need to be able to attack him without just taking a hit at the same time. It's really hard to kind of judge when he's going to charge. I think he seems to do a certain number of charge attacks and then he does his fire attack. I like the, see, that was okay then. I like the little exclamation mark to show you where the dragon's going to attack from. That does help. I think maybe just some more audio cues to... Oh, this doesn't look good, does it? What's happening? I've never actually got this far. Oh, there we go. I don't know if the fireball attack happens like that. I don't know if that happens when you're down to 1 health, or if you've maybe got the boss down to 1 health. Maybe like a health bar on the boss would help. See how far along you are. I don't feel like I hit the dragon very many times then, so maybe that's just... Oh dear. Maybe that fireball attack just happens after a certain time. Oh. I mean, I feel like I got fairly lucky there. The boss is very hard to hit though. He seemed to have more success if I just stay on the ground. Oh, he's back. I think that was a hit then. But I'm down to 1 health again, so not very optimistic about this. Oh. Ah! I hate those fireballs. I think those fireballs are just fairly random. It's really annoying when they hit you. So let's try again. I seem to do better if I just stay on the ground. Oh, he's doing his flame attack now. It is quite funny how the dragon's flame attack is probably his least dangerous attack. Yeah, I think staying on the ground seems to be the way forward. Is he doing his flame attack again? Well, these haven't managed to take any hits yet. Maybe this is the one. The exclamation mark changes colour when he's doing something, doesn't it? I've noticed that. That's a nice little bit of feedback. Took a hit then. It's those damn fireballs again. The delay between the dragon charging or the dragon kind of returning from the side of the screen and him charging, I don't know if that's always the same. It doesn't feel like it's always the same. Maybe it is. Oh, he's back. It's very hard to hit. You see that when you notice as he kind of, like I say, he kind of matches your Y position on the screen, how high up on the screen you are. So if you jump up, he'll just fly out of the way of you a lot of the time. I've hit him so many times now. You see, I'm doing a lot better this time than I was previously, but I don't know how many more hits he'll take. Ah! We try again. Oh, those fireballs. No, I don't think you can attack him when he's doing the fire attack, can you? Yeah, a health bar for the boss would be really nice, because I have no idea how how far along he is. Right. Now you see at this point, I'm not going to beat him now, am I? Let's just do it again. I imagine there's some kind of hit stun for the boss, so that he's kind of invulnerable after you hit him. Because there's a few times where I've hit him kind of 3 times in a row, where kind of like how I killed the skull, where I don't think it registers the hits. So yeah, maybe a flashing or something on the dragon when you've hit him. Maybe, is this a better tactic maybe to kind of... That seemed to work well then, didn't it? Oh! Oh! Oh, those fireballs! Right, I don't know why that fireball attack's gone on now. Is that just an alternate attack that he has? He seems to have returned back to his normal attack pattern now. Right, that kind of rain of fire attack that he has seems to just be... It just seems to be a random attack he does, maybe? It certainly wasn't his kind of pinch mode, was it? His final attack, because he's still going pretty strong, as you can see. I got him! Okay. Right, I've never got this far, by the way, so let's have a swig of Carabao. Let's see what happens now. You won. That's not what I was expecting. I guess you'll be leaving now. Farewell, Ninjoe. Was that the bad ending? I don't know. So there you go. Isn't it good when I can manage to actually complete a game for the first time when I'm recording video? So there you go. Ninjoe in Dragon's Lair by Cubee. Very nice platformer. I'd say the boss fights are probably a little bit on the difficult side compared to the rest of the game. Getting through the levels compared to fighting the boss, you know, there's such a difference in difficulty there. I mean, the first time I played through the game, I easily got to the end boss and then just got wiped out. That happened the last few times I played it as well. That's the first time I've actually managed to beat the game, so that's cool. I liked the ending there. Nice little ending screen, by the way. I probably should have dwelled on that a little bit longer. But anyway, Ninjoe in the Dragon's Lair, part of ToyBoxJam 2020. Check out the links below. Check out Cubee, the developer. They're on Twitter. They've also got a cool website where they post other games that they've made. I don't have enough room on the screen to put all the links in without the text getting all overlapped. So yes, sorry about that. But yeah, check them out on Twitter and you can find all the links to their other endeavours on there. Yeah. Check out the game check out the game jam, ToyBoxJam, and check out Ninjoe, because I think it's a pretty good platforming game with beautiful graphics. I didn't make enough. I didn't emphasize enough how much I like that kind of 3D depth effect on the terrain tiles. Very clever. Anyway, thank you for watching. There'll be more games from ToyBoxJam for me to do videos on very soon. So yeah. Cheers for watching. I'll see you again very soon.